Happy Thursday. I didn't mute this. Thursday, August 18th, 2022. I wanted to say 19. Oh, man. That's how old I am. I'm not a boomer, though, even though, you know, there's a lot of people out there. It's funny to watch the young people. It tells you how old they are because they'll call people my age like, hey, boomer. And they don't... They just don't know what it means. They think everybody, they probably don't even know what the term means, that it's a baby boomer. They just, you know, they associate boomer as someone old and out of touch and not with it, man. Like Litecoin's a boomer coin. What's wrong with you, man? And it's just kind of funny to watch the language and the misuse of language by some people. Baby boomer, for those of you who don't know, are babies who were born in, usually it's like 1946, some people say 1947, 1946 to about 1964. And we got a short bus stopped here. Maybe some of those kids that call people boomers are on this bus. I'll just hang on down, go on through. But yeah, baby boomer refers to the baby boomer generation, and there was a baby boom. In other words, people were having a lot of babies. Oh, shoot, that deer. Crap, it was standing right there in the yard. Oh, there it goes. I should turn the camera around. It's just taking off. It's running. Oh, that's cool. So the rewind. The baby boomer generation refers to a baby boom, to where a lot of babies were born. Well, why were a lot of babies born in 1946 and after? Well, we were coming off a Second World War, which ended in 1945. And prior to that, the whole lead up to that, we had what was called the Great Depression. And you didn't take pills for that like people do nowadays. No, the Great Depression was this economic downturn. Hurt a lot of people. So, you know, that started in the 30s, let's just say, and then continued throughout the 30s, and then in 1939 you got Hitler invading Poland on September 1st of 1939, I think, and that kicked off World War II, although it was already starting, you know, with Hitler wanting to annex lands prior to that. But anyway, you know, it kicked off in full force, and so, you know, by 1945 we dropped 2 big bombs on Japan, and Hiroshima, and Nagasaki. What was it? Little man and big boy, fat man, and little boy. I can't remember what they were called, the bombs. And so that happened, and all this anxiety, all this depression, all these bad things, you know, worked themselves out. And at the end of World War II, it was, yay, the celebration, we're free, you know, it's over. And there was just this jubilant period to where it's like, finally, maybe we can get back to normal. So everybody's excited and starts having kids. Making a whoopee, if you ever watched the Newlywed Game. So they had kids, and, you know, so in 1946, after the war, you got these kids starting to pop out because everybody's settling down, they're back at home, haven't seen their girls or wives, and maybe found new girls and wives during the war and looking for some after the war. And next thing you know, it's bada bing, bada bam, we got babies popping everywhere. So you had this boom in new babies. And so that age group, anyone born between 1946 and 1964, they're referred to as baby boomers. It was a very important generation in our culture, our history. A lot of things got shaped, and, you know, there were so many of them that they had a lot of influence, and now they're starting to get older. You know, so you can do the math, 1946 to now, you know, they're coming up on 80 in the leading edge of it, so they're retiring. And the baby boomers are, and so that's going to take a drain on Social Security, you know, all of the Medicare and all those programs. It's really going to tax it because you got a big push of people coming into it right now at the worst possible time because we are completely bankrupted. I don't even know if I want to say that because it's an engineered system. The monetary system, the way it is right now, it's designed this way, so it's nothing new. So how can it be bankrupt if you can print money? I guess it's not bankrupted, it's not bankruptured, it's just bank diseased. That's just what it is. You're going to print into oblivion and hyperinflate everything. But you'll still get your Social Security check, so don't be afraid. They'll just water it down and inflate it away. You won't be able to buy anything with it, just kind of like you're seeing now. But anyway, when you refer to a baby boomer, that's what it is. It's somebody born in that time frame because there's this big baby boom. And it's been truncated like everything in language. Kind of get on my daughter about that. You know, she'll use certain terms, and I'm like, no, be specific. You know, explain it. I don't know your slang and colloquialisms. So you need to kind of be specific on what you're talking about. Don't just say, well, I'm golden. Well, I get it, but no, don't use it in the proper context, please. Okay, anyway, don't say boomer when you don't know what the heck a boomer is. You just think somebody's old and not listening or understanding your way of thinking, so you just call them a boomer. Well, not the right terminology. And if we don't get the language right, how do we communicate? How do we have an honest discussion? Lights. Language of the Volkswagen. Digibug telling me that the lights are on. Got my Team Mighty shirt on. Check out Litecoin Lisa, Team Mighty, her charity for her daughter who passed away, Mia. So yeah, the boomer generation. Really what I wanted to talk about was I saw on, I don't know, one of the stock shows, news shows in the morning, it was about NFTs and how, I don't even know who, you know, there's a company, I don't know, it's Top Shot, what is it? There's a big one out there in the sports industry. I think Tom Brady's associated with it. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, they produced NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Essentially, all that is, it could be an image, it could be a song, it could be just a token on a blockchain. Oh, ultimately, that's what it is. It's a token on a blockchain. Now, there might only be one of them. There might be 5. There might be 10. That can be determined as the product is released and created. So what they're going to do is NFT football, the NFL. And so I'm sure it's a licensed, you know, NFT company, and that builds the credibility, builds the brand of this NFT company, whatever it is that I can't remember. But it makes it worth more money probably. So you think about baseball cards, football cards. That's the way it used to be. You know, when I was a kid, being the boomer that I am, used to collect baseball cards and some football cards too. And it was kind of cool. You'd have the card, you could have the pack, the mystery of, oh, am I going to get it? You try and collect the set, you know, all the numbers, and all the players. And you'd open up these packs had a little bubblegum stick in it, a little stale bubblegum stick, you know, along with the cards. And you'd open it up and it was just like, oh, the freshly minted cards. And, oh, this one's in great shape. This one's bent. So you'd have, there's that hummingbird again coming back. So you would have, try to collect these things. And it was cool, you know, something to do. You'd take them out, trade them, you'd memorize all the statistics and all this stuff, and you'd know everything. And it was just something we held in your hand, you know, and you had. But now they're trying to make that into an NFT to where you can digitize all that and you can hold that in your possession. There's only so many of them, limited supply on some of these things. Some may be more rare than others, but you'll have possession of that and it'll be verified by a blockchain. I don't know what blockchain it's going to be on. And you can do it on Litecoin if you want to. You know, it has the ability to hold NFTs. It's just nobody's really gone full force with that. Liteverse has gotten into that, but any of these blockchains can hold NFTs, or at least the address, the private address, the public address. You know, you have access to it with the private, but the address that's like the placeholder for an NFT, the token. Anyway, so you'll be able to have these NFTs. And so I can see a big value in that. You know, I used to think it was kind of silly to trade in your CDs for digital music, but it happened. And it's the portability factor. You're going to be able to bring that NFT up anywhere you want. If in the old days, if you had a rare baseball card, man, you would want to put it in a case and don't take it out, don't hold it, be careful, put it in a safe, you know, that kind of thing. Well, with the NFT, it's not going to get destroyed. There's no water to get dumped on it. Can't burn up in a fire. You know, can't get stolen. I mean, it can technically, but it's a private key. You know, you got to protect your keys and your access to it. But it's different than the old school baseball cards that, you know, how many of us had, you know, big money in baseball cards that got destroyed? We didn't know. You know, you think of the real boomers when they were kids, you know, oh, I had a Mickey Mantle rookie card. I'm like, I had a Roger Maris rookie card. Mookie Wilson rookie card. New York Mets. So, and they got lost. got destroyed. You know, they're in an attic somewhere. They got thrown out, you know, and you just don't know what happened to them. Now with the NFTs, I mean, it will always exist on the blockchain. It won't get destroyed. So there are benefits. You can pull it out anytime you want on your phone, take a look at it. I mean, it's kind of neat. And I can see where artwork would go with this as far as, you know, you think about if you digitize, if everything starts getting digital in your house, and it has been, you know, you got the doorbells, you got Alexa, you know, these boxes that you talk to, all the TV sets are smart TV sets, basically just connected to the internet running software. If you have say a TV set, you just, pretty soon you're going to go to the store and you're going to buy something like a TV set, a picture frame, and you'll hang it on the wall, and you'll connect it to whatever, your Wi-Fi. And then you'll be able to pull up your NFT on it. So if you buy artwork, it'll be like, poof, you know, I'm going to change my artwork for the day. I mean, you see it on the television screen now. You know, people play the Yule log at Christmas time. You know, they put it up there and it's just like this burning fireplace. So it's this virtual thing. And I can see that happening. Maybe not buying picture frames because the TV's kind of that. But something, think of the walls. If you had your whole wall was a projector screen, digitized. Or a projector, and you could like hologram onto it or cast an image onto it, and you can put your artwork on the wall, then move it anywhere you want. I mean, as technology increases, if we get rid of these vampires and they, you know, get us out of this spinning whirlpool that's in this river of life, you know, we're stuck in the whirlpool, you know, midway. If we get rid of them out of the way and we hit this sci-fi age, like Cliff High says, all these things will be possible. You know, you see it on the Twilight Zone, the Black Mirror. I mean, you know, all these different shows, these projection shows, Star Trek, and you'll see what the future could hold. George Jetson, the Jetsons. So imagine your home having, you know, digitized paint or whatever it is on the wall, and you can project whatever image you want. So you buy this NFT and you're like, hey, look what I have. And then you can, boom, throw it up there, and everybody knows it's yours. You know, you got the address, it's boom, locked, and you've got a piece of artwork that nobody else has, or you got a baseball card that nobody else has, or only certain people have. You've got all kinds of things that you collect in this digital world that nobody else has. And I think the big leap is, right now you can buy them, but it's like, okay, how do I showcase them? How do I brag about it? You know, you can pull out your baseball card, Nolan Ryan rookie in the frame. I got a story about that I won't get into now, maybe later. But how do you showcase it? How do you show people stuff? You know, hey, you got a super rare coin or something. You know, do you want to leave it sitting out? No. And it's just, you know, you want to have an NFT of it because then you can like safely show it and, you know, brag about it in any way you want. So I can kind of see that it going that way. It's just early, and a lot of the NFT hype was not really warranted. And it was a little misdirecting, I think. Everybody's just, you know, duplicating apes and whales and, you know, all kinds of stupid things and putting, you know, I shouldn't say stupid, but I mean really, you know, you just change the mustache on it, and this one's got this color and that color, and it's got little features. And I mean, I'm talking real artwork. I'm talking true artwork to where, you know, somebody makes something and then you can NFT it, and then you might have the physical copy locked up, secure somewhere, but you've got the authenticity, the, you know, certificate of authenticity on the blockchain that shows, yeah, I own that actual object. I own that artwork. Or if it's just purely digital artwork, I own that artwork. And so it gives some proof to it. So it's pretty cool anyway, going mainstream. You got NFTs that they're going to airdrop, I think, give away this company, you know, for the associated with the NFL. And I mean, it's just going to happen more and more and more. So it's probably a good idea to understand what they are, how to you know, take possession of them, use them, and don't be intimidated by it, because all it is just another token on the blockchain. It's just like, you know, if you go out on Ethereum and buy a token, Civic, for instance, you know, I saw that the other day, was moving, you know, you go buy a token. And so you've got this token on the blockchain. It just doesn't have a billion of them. It might just be one, but you own it. Anyway, kind of neat. I also saw yesterday we had Canada. It looks like the Canadian government is starting to regulate cryptocurrencies, and they're doing it in a very broad-brushed way, to where they're saying, again, the big four that are on all the platforms, they're saying that there's no limit as to how much, as a Canadian, how much you can buy in a year of crypto if that crypto is Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum. So you got 4 anointed cryptos. Once again, the ones that are on PayPal, the ones that are on Venmo, the ones you see everywhere on these platforms, those seem to be the ones that are, the chosen few that are kind of grandfathered in. And you see it with Canada. So they're saying that you can buy as many as you want of those 4 cryptos, but anything else, you're limited to $30,000 a year. I don't know how they get away with that or how they say that. Government's going to say whatever it wants. The Canadian government did a lot of crazy things in the pandemic, but that weren't right. But, if you go along with it and you allow it to happen, then it happens, becomes reality. You just don't make it your reality, I guess. But yeah, they're putting regulations on that. And I knew this would happen. I knew this would begin to happen with cryptocurrencies. And this is just one more aspect of it to where they're going to control what you can get into and what you can get out of. And especially what you can get into. Because as the mass of people come along and start moving into cryptocurrencies, they're going to have to gateway it and funnel people. They're going to have to find ways to not allow you to get into it, or the price is going to go way up because it's going to eat all these government currencies. It's just going to keep going. And they've test run it before, and I think that was part of the Doge thing. It was kind of a test run almost, to see, what kind of reaction we would get if an establishment person, or at least a popular mainstream person, put out the narrative and made it okay to buy crypto. And Elon Musk did that, and look what happened with Dogecoin. I mean, those are the kind of things that will happen if you just, validate cryptocurrencies, and you have a lot of people coming out that people look up to. Tom Brady, hey, cryptocurrency is the answer. And you have a lot of people like this messaging positive things about crypto and getting people excited about crypto, then the floodgates are open and there are trillions of dollars that can roll into it. And that would you would see these things go way up in price. And I think they know that. And so they have to gateway that and try to prevent that. So it's interesting using my theory that, okay, the 4 that they're allowing everybody to buy, I guess they're going to allow those to go up at some point. If they have unlimited, you can buy as much as you want. The thinking is, okay, fine, let that stuff go. That's our new monetary assets system, I guess. I don't know. But I can see it being gatewayed too. I talked about yesterday on PayPal, you've got a $500 a week withdrawal limit for crypto. So you could have a lot of money on there and you can only take off $500 in crypto a week. And what if crypto is going up? Litecoin goes to $500. Well, you can only take 1 off a week. And say you bought 20 of them, it's $60 a piece, and then it ramped up and you can't get it out. Well, they're going to make it easy for you to transfer it into dollars, though, and then you can spend it on the platform. And so it never leaves their platform. So they'll let you do that. But that's, it's an easy way to collect taxes. It's an easy way to track everything. And I think you're going to have these companies being gateway agents for the government in a lot of ways, to where they're going to limit what you can get and make it difficult for you to take it out. So be aware of that. You're dealing with finite assets. You're dealing with assets that there aren't that many around. There's a limited supply. And when the people come in, you're going to see situations like Dogecoin, to where it's just, where does it end? I mean, how high can it go? I mean, that thing went to 75 cents from under a penny last year. And it's just, where does it end? It doesn't, because you've got an infinite amount of money that can be created. And so if you're looking at, tens of trillions of dollars that are out there. BlackRock alone, one company, manages $10 trillion, the one that's associated with Coinbase now. And they're lining up with Coinbase to where their customers can purchase directly, or purchase through, however they do it, whatever. Get their coins from Coinbase. BlackRock's partnering with them. So that's just one company, one fund, 10 trillion, 10 million. When millions used to be worth something. Boomer mentality. I'm thinking a million's really worth something. Nothing. Gotta have $1 trillion. So this generation, what is it now? Double Z, triple Z. I don't even know where we're at. I'm so old. such a boomer. So we've got these finite assets that are going to be gatewayed, that are going to be controlled. They don't want you to have too many of them. It's fine to have some, you know, and they're going to control it all. We're living in a time right now to where we're going to look back and say, man, I could have bought all the Litecoin I wanted. Holy cow. And people will look back at us and say, man, you mean you could buy more than 2 Litecoin a week? Or whatever it is. You could buy more than 1 Litecoin a month? And because it was available. And it's not going to be as available. And that's because of more people coming in, chasing a product that there's fewer of, there's not enough of for all the people. And then also the new ones that are still being created are going to get created half as fast come next August because of the reward halving for each block of Litecoin transactions. So it's going to get more and more scarce. Right now, there's been 71 million out of the 84 million Litecoin mined. In other words, they're available. They can be accessed, bought, sold, you know, and some have been lost though, and we'll never get them back. But say there's all 71 million that exist. There's only 13 million more to go. So in the first 11 years of Litecoin, you've mined out 71 out of the 84 million. There's only 13 million left, a small percentage that's left, and it's going to take 100 years to unlock all those because of the code. So what's out there now? It's a tremendous buy. You're just not going to be able to get it that cheap in the future. It's not mathematically possible. And when you understand what the math is on these cryptocurrencies, it's just, I mean, you get it and hold it. I mean, it's just like if you understood this in 2010, 11, 12 with Bitcoin, you'd be like, I'm just going to get as much as I can. I'm going to hang on to it because I know one day I'm going to be able to use that to be a free sovereign individual. Basically, I can break free from the system and just be completely done. I don't need to participate anymore. You know, it's like you've got what's called FU money. I'm not going to say the word, but it's, you know, you get it, pluck you money. You're just at a point where I just don't care. You know, you really can't do anything to me. And I know, you know, they can always do something to you, but it puts you in a better position than you're in now as far as being free. You can go to another country. You can go wherever you want. You know, I mean, it puts you in a different place. And, you know, what you do with it, you can squander it away if you want and be stupid and, you know, manipulate people like the vampires do, or you can do good and set yourself up, set your family up generationally and help other people. You know, create a scholarship, you know, or create something, you know, for somebody, you know, and help people, you know, forever. And those, you know, create a foundation that lasts forever, that you know, actually benefits humanity. So there's a lot of things you can do that you can't do now. And if you understand the math of it, you're like, okay, that day will come. I just need to get as many as I can and hold it until I can use it to, you know, fulfill my dream of helping humanity or whatever it is your dream is. So, I don't know. It's just math. I mean, it's just math. It's just code. That's why I like it. It's just code. It's black and white. You know what it is. There are no games. The rules are defined. It's not like, oh, keep moving the goalpost like they do, you know, in the real world that we live in now, this vampire casino. They just change the rules. Oh, you know, that black chip you got there that you won, it was $100. Now it's only $25. It's like you got a stack of chips and you're winning in this vampire casino, and the chip they all turn colors. It's like, wait a minute, you know, there was this color. Now I don't even know which ones are worth the most. You know, I'm just saying a black chip, you know, and then you get a little red chip, and it's like, wait a minute, why did it turn colors? Well, you know, we revalued it. You know, it used to be 100, now it's 25. Oh, tomorrow it's 10. Like, wait a minute, I won all these, and it was, well, you know, you still got your chips. You can still cash them in. I'm not saying you lost your money. You didn't lose your, well, yeah, you lost your money. You know, it's like that Trevon James. You know, you lost your money. You know, and you did. You lost your money because they took it from you. Yeah, you still got your stack, but it's just, you can't do any, can't cash it. Okay. You lost your money. And that's what happens when you play in this vampire casino, because that's what it is. So You want to have, you don't want the poker chips. You want this, the silver coin or gold coin, theoretically, that you can carry around and you can buy whatever you want and enter any casino that you want to and use that because it is sound money. And that's what gold is. That's what silver is. That's what Bitcoin is. That's what Litecoin is. Sound money for the digital age. Digital age that we're living in. And so we can have NFTs on the wall and do whatever, choose to do that if we want to and use the technology. But in order to make the technology work, we're going to need technical money, digital money in this digital age. So that's why I harp about Litecoin so much, because I see the future. I just know what's going to happen because I know the math. That's all it is. It's just math. All right. Love y'all. Look into Litecoin. I mean, really, please just look into it. It's like $60 for a full Litecoin. I keep saying it. There's 8 billion people in the world. If you distribute Litecoin equally, all 84 million that can ever exist, if you distribute it equally amongst everyone in the world, it's 0.01 Litecoin is all you get. If you buy one Litecoin for $60, you're 100 times ahead. You're like 100 people share. I mean, you're winning. I mean, they're losing. But I'm telling you, win. There's going to be winners and losers. Don't be the loser. Just don't. Put $60. Just get your Litecoin and lock it up. Forget about it. One. Think if somebody had told you that about Bitcoin. Just get one freaking Bitcoin for, $200 and just forget about it. Just forget about it. One. That's all you need. Just get one. And you see what happens over time. And then you realize, okay, well, if one can do this and I see how it's going to work out, maybe I should get 10. Maybe I should try and have a goal and maybe get 100 and just sit on those and be set. Telling you now, look into Litecoin. Most undervalued digital asset out there. DigiByte's probably a close second. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe and share it. I appreciate it. Leave a comment. It helps. It gets it out to more people. And if I can help affect someone and change someone's mind and help put them on the right path, that's my goal. Listen to yourself. Deep down, always listen to yourself and trust yourself. All right. Hope you have a wonderful Thursday. Love y'all. Thank you for watching.